Good morning. Glad to have you guys here. We're getting closer to the winter solstice, which is my personal holiday this time of year. Looking forward to it. You're going to need a strap and a couple of blocks for class today, 4 blocks, just a reminder about that. I have some little white fuzzies over here. They're kind of blending in with the carpet, so you can't really see them just yet. Let's see when they're going to settle down. They're okay. Yeah. Okay, so I want to keep venturing forth. This morning, I'd like to do like a full spectrum practice with you. I'm coming up on my sabbatical, so I'll be teaching today and then on Thursday. Hello, Nakula. Yeah, what's in my hands? I know. What is in my fist here? Yeah. It's a cat treat. Anyhow, I want to do a full spectrum practice this morning, so we'll settle in. I'm going to hold these cat treats just in case there's any need to give direction to the kittens. And I do have a kitten with a crinkle toy, excuse me. These are not supposed to be here in the yoga room. This is a crinkle toy. And it can't really, nope, it's not going to be out today. No crinkle toys during yoga class. Okay. All right, let's settle in with you all and we'll dive forth for this, what I'm calling a full spectrum practice. I want to be able to include the inversions that we've been working on, but also pick up on the chanting of the chakra sounds. And of course, include our pranayama practice and meditation too. So please take a comfortable seat, rest your hands in your lap, put your cat treats in the centers of your palms, and then hide them. So you're welcome to close your eyes. Let your attention come inward. Our fall immersion has been about the Brahma Viharas, so let's connect into the intention for equanimity, upekshanam. It's really exponential, the ways in which the Brahma Viharas can nourish us. Begin to make the breath equal between inhale and exhale. Our practice this morning help us in cultivating upekshanam, equanimity, mudita, appreciative joy, mayatri, loving kindness, karuna, compassion. You can raise your hands to your heart. And we'll chant Sahana Vavatu, Sahana Bhunaktu. Let's begin. Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahana Bhunaktu, Saviryam Karavai. Tejasvinavaditamastu ma viveshavai. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Savidyam Karavamai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma viveshavai. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Savidyam Karavamai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma viveshavai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om. With your exhale, you may bow your head to your heart. Release your hands when you're ready to. Carefully place the cat treats on the block without drawing attention. Cover them with your glasses. Okay. All right, please interlace your fingers. Reach up. I'm doing a little bit of cat training. It is possible to train your cats. It's not as easy as teaching yoga. Okay, reach up through the front side of the body. And then exhale, please side bend to your left. Keep your right hip grounded. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, side bend to your right. Inhale, rise up, look up. Exhale, push out. Clasp your hands at the small of your back. Inhale, roll up, open your throat as well as your heart. And exhale, bow forward to the extent that you're able to. Raise your arms up behind you. And then inhale, rise up to your seat. And exhale, release your hands to your lap. So just getting a little glimpse of how your body's doing this morning and where there is suppleness and where there may not be suppleness. Turn your palms face out. Inhale, raise up with the palms facing each other. Hold your right wrist with your left hand. Exhale, side bend to your left. Inhale, rise up. Switch your grip. Exhale, side bend to your right. Inhale, rise up. Separate the hands. Exhale, push out. Clasp your hands at the small of your back. Inhale, roll open, chest, heart, and throat. And again, exhale, come forward. Bow forward to the extent possible. Raise your arms up behind you. Inhale, rise up to your seat. Exhale, release your hands to your lap. Let's come over to the knees. So place yourself somewhere on your yoga mat where you can still come down comfortably to child's pose, but also place the knees so that they're hip distance apart. You can put the big toes together, but the knees can be hip width. Inhale, rise up. Now exhale, side bend to your left. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, side bend to your right. Ujjayi, inhale, rise up. Exhale, child's pose, turn your head to the right. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, come down, turn your head to the left. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, come straight down. So place one hand in the lap of the other hand on the small of your back. Child's pose. Roll up to kneeling. Place your hands palms face down in your lap. Vastrika, and we'll use the exhale where we fold forward like this after the inhale suspension. Okay, let's begin. Exhale completely. Inhale up to suspension. Exhale, slide forward. Deeply relaxed. Rise up to Vajrasana, kneeling. Vastrika, a little more brisk. Inhale through the nose. Suspension with all three bandhas. Exhale, slide forward. Come up to hare pose or rabbit pose. Lower your hips, rise up to Vajrasana. Kapalabhati. Exhale. Chant the suspension with all three bandhas. I'll slide forward. Rabbit pose. Vajrasana. Place your hands like fists into the lower belly. We'll inhale using Ujjayi breath. We're going to exhale, bow forward. At the bottom of the exhale, you'll have squeezed the breath out, and the fists will help to make that even more so. And then while you're down there, without inhaling, we'll deeply relax the exhale muscles. We'll hang out with the exhale suction, and then you'll recalibrate and inhale to come back up. Let's do it 5 times. If you're doing it sequentially, if you're taking a break between repetitions, please do it 3 times. Your fifth or third repetition, and you can rest your hands in your lap and sit quietly. To prasarita padottanasana. Now take a wide stance, come down to your forward bend. Come into your Ujjayi breath and let's make the inhale equal with the exhale. Gentle pause at the top and bottom of the breath. Place your hands between your feet at shoulder width apart. Inhale, glide forward, whatever the pace is, 8 or 10 or 12 for your inhale. Then exhale, bow deeply towards the legs, matching the length of the exhale to the inhale. Once more. Please bring your hands to your hips, rise up to standing, and then turn your heels in and your toes out and come into the jazz dance warm-up pose. I just need to move my hair off my face. Okay. Come on down. So place the gaze so that if you were going to make a triangle between the 2 feet and where your gaze lands, it would be an equal triangle. Press out with your arms so the knees and the inner thighs are stretching. And let's use the inhale. Imagine it going in the back hemisphere of the body, and exhale on the front hemisphere. Again, balancing your inhale with your exhale. Keeping the breath balanced. When you inhale to the back hemisphere, you'll be centered or coming to center. When you exhale from the front body, we'll be twisting one side or the other. Begin with exhale to your right. Exhale, inhale to center. Exhale to your left. Think of the exhale in the deep, low abdomen. And the inhale also beginning deep in the pelvis, but as well rising up into the heart and including the upper back. And exhale, twist right. Center. Once more, exhale left. And inhale to center. Exhale, rise up. Let's make the feet parallel and then go heel toe into center, please. Reach for your yoga strap. Make the strap so that your hands are going to be shoulder width apart. Like this. That's behind. Turn your palms to face each other. Roll the shoulders back. Make a good strong effort. So the arms, when they're pressing back like this, in that backwards press, you can think of almost like you're going to be able to raise the arms up as if you were doing a shoulder stand, which you're not, of course, at this moment. But press back in that direction. Take your chin towards your throat. Lift the base of your skull. Please bend your knees a little bit or a lot, depends on your hamstrings. Exhale, bow forward. Take the arms overhead. Now gravity is going to help you. And when you're standing upright, gravity is opposing you. You have to lift the arms with your strength. Now gravity is kind of helping. So take the shoulders away from your ears. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Press your wrists out against the strap to further strengthen your shoulders. Inhale, rise up to standing. Straighten the legs. Let your hips come forward just in line with your toes and come into a little standing back bend. And exhale up to center. Catch the strap in one hand and stand really still. Now take the loop of your strap for one hand. And for the other hand, you're going to be able to press down with that loop. Place the strap over the top of your head. For the other hand, you got to wrap your hand in. This is like you're putting on a rain bonnet. Okay, and I want you to be able to press out and down. So you actually are pulling on the strap. Press the crown of your skull up towards the ceiling. Lift the base of your skull and try to notice when you're pressing up at the top of your head, to what extent are you raising your shoulders? That's not necessary. You can lower them down. And how about the grounding that comes into your heels or toes? What do you notice there? So when you're pressing up into the strap with the crown of the skull, see if you can connect that between your feet and the top of your head. You can include sort of the hot spots like the tailbone and the pelvic floor, what's happening there, the inner belly, your heart and shoulder blades, the roof of the mouth, your tongue, and exhale and release the strap and stand really still. Keeping that in mind, that there's this thing we call the central channel, and it's a real energetic experience that we we do have these bony structures, pelvic floor, spine, and so on. We also have the organ system, and there's the chakra system also moving through that. And let's keep that in mind as we now proceed to our physical asana practice. I just had to move the cat treats. They haven't really been noticed, so I might not be in harm's way here. Place 2 blocks at the front of your yoga mat. The other 2 you can save for later. And please step forward into mountain pose. Join your hands at your heart. Now again, see if you can find the crown of your skull, the center of the pelvis, and your feet. Like this plumb line, it matters here as you stand in mountain pose. And then inhale, press the hands down, turn your palms forward, rise up. Exhale, chair pose. Breathe into the back body in chair pose. Exhale, fold over the bent knee so your chest and thighs are touching. Inhale, straighten your legs slowly, press your palms down into your blocks. And exhale, deep squeeze of the lower belly. Inhale, glide your heart forward. And then exhale, raise your left leg up behind you, just halfway. This is from yesterday's practice. Breathe in. Exhale, squeeze your left knee into your chest. Inhale, lengthen through your left leg and the crown of your skull. And then exhale, touch the left toes down behind you. Inhale, rise up to your crescent, arms wide. And exhale, hands to the heart. Gaze at your fingertips. Make the legs dynamic. Take your inner left thigh, inner left calf, inner left heel to Virabhadrasana 1. Keep your gaze at your fingertips and the Ujjayi breath steady. Then with an inhale, sweep the arms wide. Let your gaze stay where it lands when the fingers disappear from view. And exhale, bow forward. Touch the 2 blocks, squeeze the breath out, bow your torso over your right thigh. Inhale, step back to plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Seal pose. Up with your inhale. Exhale, plank. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, left foot forward. Keep the right heel lifted for now. And inhale, rise up to your crescent, arms wide. Exhale, hands to the heart, gaze at your fingertips. Keeping your gaze steady, take a couple breath cycles to bring your upper inner right thigh, inner right calf, inner heel to Virabhadrasana 1. I'll sweep the arms wide, but keep your gaze wherever it lands in the center there when the fingers disappear. Then exhale, bow over your left leg. Place your hands on your block, squeeze the breath out, bow your head towards the floor. Inhale to plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Seal pose. Upward facing dog or seal. Plank pose with your exhale. Inhale, downward facing dog. And exhale, step your left foot forward. Inhale, float forward, Ekapada Uttanasana. Exhale, squeeze your right knee in toward your nose. Inhale, lengthen through your right leg and the crown of your skull. And exhale, place your right foot down next to your left. And come into Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up, upward hand pose. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, raise your left knee and your arms. Exhale, stay on the right leg and bow forward, Virabhadrasana 3. Bend your right knee, take the left toes way back. And inhale, rise up, crescent. Let's take the arms wide. Exhale, hands to the heart, gaze to your fingertips. Take the left inner heel slowly to Virabhadrasana 1. And the legs really stable. Then come forward and squeeze the exhale out as you place your hands on your blocks. Bow your head towards the floor. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward dog pose. Inhale, roll through to seal or upward dog pose. Exhale, plank. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, left foot forward. Keep the right heel lifted for now. Rise up with your inhale, arms wide. Exhale, hands to the heart. Slowly take the upper inner right thigh and your inner right heel to Virabhadrasana 1. Your exhale, squeeze the breath out, come forward, touch the 2 blocks. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward dog pose. Inhale, seal or upward dog pose. Exhale, plank. Inhale, downward dog. Now exhale, left foot forward. And inhale, step into Virabhadrasana 3. And then exhale and lower your right foot down next to your left foot. Come into Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the heart. A little bit heating. Go one more time. Inhale. Exhale, this time bow forward, Uttanasana. Place the 2 blocks aside. Inhale, glide your heart forward. Exhale, left toes back, left knee down. Place your hands on your front knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Press down against your front knee so you can have a good lift in the inner belly. Okay, now exhale, bow forward and squeeze the breath out. Place your fingertips on the floor. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, plank pose. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, take the hands back to Salambhasana. Exhale, place your hands for cobra. Inhale, rise up, seal or upward dog pose. Exhale, plank. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, left foot forward, right knee down. Place your hands on your front knee. Rise up as you press down. And exhale, squeeze the breath out. Come over your left leg. And inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, step forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to the heart. And stand in mountain pose. Let your mind and your body get really still in mountain pose. Please come into your horse stance, like this. Uddiyana Bandha. We're going to do Uddiyana Bandha before we do headstand because they're connected. They have a relationship. So press down against your knees, press down firmly. The back body can be broad here. And what you're going to do is inhale completely at your own pace. Exhale, squeeze the breath out using the low belly. Momentarily, radically relax the low belly and then make a pretend inhalation, a mimic of an inhalation. And you get this whisking upwards of all three bandhas. You release that before you're gasping, and then you inhale. Okay, let's begin. Breathe in. Breathe out, of course, at your own pace. Squeeze the breath out to empty the lungs as completely as you can. Momentarily, completely release the inner abdominal muscles, and then make a pretend inhalation. Release the bandhas smoothly before inhaling. And then in your own timing, repeat that twice more. You can be consecutive or you can have a pause between. So you're kind of recalibrating there. Do the third one. You might remember that we also had permission earlier in this semester to swivel the sitting bones side to side and get a deeper massage, right inner belly, left inner belly. When you are complete with those three, make the feet parallel and come down into a ragdoll forward bend. Shift your hands up to your hips, rise up to standing. Okay, let's get the floor blocks ready for headstand, knowing that it's connected to Uddiyana Bandha. And I will set a timer for us. So a couple days in a row here, we did use the chair for feedback about where your upper back was for headstand. I'm going to recommend that you have your chair nearby for shoulder stand, but we don't need to have it set right now. Let's see, for the feedback of the upper back. So I'm going to give us today 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'm going to increase your headstand by 30 seconds. Excuse me as I get that set. Okay, and then you can place your hands and let's begin. Of course, some of you are doing headstand where you're lying down using the 2 blocks version of headstand. And some of you are coming up to this headstand only part way. If you've been here the last couple of days, you know that we were also playing with squeezing one knee to the chest and one leg straight up. And you can also alternate those. It's a little bit like using the concept of apanasana while you're in sirsasana. Press down firmly with the crown of your skull and also with both hands. So the elbows stay in at shoulder width. That means that your elbows are not flaring out to the left and the right. You can easily see them in your peripheral view. Step long through the torso, including your tailbone, your pubic bone, the legs. And experiment, if you're very stable, you could experiment with the right knee coming down towards the chest. The left leg would stay up in its same position. You need the stability for that kind of transition, as well as the transition back up to headstand. Try the left knee coming down. It squeezes in towards the chest, and the right leg stays up and is stable. You need the stability to return your left leg. And you step down slowly. Walk your toes back, knees down. And come to child's pose. Sometimes it's nice to stack your hands and make a little pillow for your head. It's really helpful if in your child's pose, your hips actually are resting back towards your heels. So you're not falling forward onto your head in child's pose. Walk your hands back towards your knees, rise up to kneeling, and take notice what's happening inside. Let's reach for 2 blankets to make a stack of 2 blankets. Place those near enough by. You'll be able to reach for them in a few moments. Place your 2 blocks so they're each stacked like this. So 2 sets of blocks. I know you can only see one of mine right now. And let's get your chair, please. You're going to lie on your back. We did this the last couple of days. So you lie down and you're pretty snug to the chair. Place your feet on the front edge of the chair. Check that you could reach the toes of the chair for when the time comes. And then pick up the hips and take your 2 stacks of blocks under the pelvis so that your sacrum is totally supported on the edges of the sacrum. And you can easily curl the shoulders under, reach for the toes of the chair, and take your legs up to candlestick pose. Gaze towards the heart. You can also, of course, gaze towards the heart with your eyes closed. Your feet to the seat of the chair. Press down with your feet on the chair. You've got the toes of the chair with your fingers, so it should be secure. Roll the shoulders under. It's like a high form of bridge pose. And lower your hips just halfway down. Reach with your hands to put the blocks aside. Make sure you're going to have access to your 2 blankets. So you put the blocks aside, take the 2 blankets. Slide them under. Lift your hips down. Tip the chair to support the knees and your feet. Your body and brain consider this to still be that you're inverted, that there's a beneficial effect of the circulation still moving towards the organs in the chest, the throat, the head. Eyes closed, keep them very still. So you're actually watching the inner experience of circulation or prana being more organized. We're not daydreaming right now. Please bring your knees towards your chest. To your side. Your seat. Your upright seat comfortably with the amount of support that you need to be stable, but also connected to the ground beneath you. Hands like the first chakra. As if gazing from the sixth chakra to see all of the chakras. So gazing from a wise view, each of these chakras that you now chant is to be nourishing the whole system. The word is lam. Lam, 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 lam. Lam, lam, lum, lum, lum. Lum, 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 lum. Second chakra. Wam, 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 wam. Wam, 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 wam. Wam, 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 wam. Ram, 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 ram. Ram, 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 ram. Ram, 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 ram. Fourth. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Shodhana for 2 rounds, which is 4 breath cycles. Nice to meditation. The natural inner quiet. Maybe an inner sense of spaciousness. Please raise your hands to your heart. Thank you very much, everyone. Namaste. I'm remembering back to our first mornings in this immersion, where I was sitting on my walker in the other room, and my teacher was coming in from Varanasi to do the chanting with us. And I just wanted to thank you all for being receptive, willing, intrepid, adventuresome in these ways. And also that made the Brahma Viharas really nourish and serve us so we can nourish and serve others too. Thank you. I'm going to turn off the recording so we have personal time.